right, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to lead you through a 30-minute chair yoga practice. So as we come into our practice today, just a reminder to listen to your body. If any stretches don't work for you, please skip them, come on out and modify. And just grabbing that nice comfy seat, maybe in a nice quiet spot so that you can really focus in and take some time for yourself. So as we begin, let's find a comfortable seated position. So you may want to sit more towards the edge of your seat. That will help to elongate the spine and also help to engage your core. And we'll just take a moment here to close the eyes and begin to observe your connection to the ground. So we're going to feel our feet planted and grounded. Feel that our knees are in line with our heels. Knees are in line with the hips. And then feel that the shoulders are over the hips. So we just don't want to be leaning forward or back too much. Feel that your core is engaged. So we'll feel that our tailbone tucks and our navel moves back and up to the spine slightly. And then creating that line that flows through the spine. Try to relax your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe invite a gentle tuck to the chin to help lengthen the back of your neck. And relax your eyebrows and relax your jaw. And then we'll begin to drop in and connect to the rise and the fall of the breath. And then lengthening the breath as you inhale and lengthening the breath as you exhale. And then maybe encouraging your exhale to be a little bit longer than the inhale. And as you breathe here, just feeling that breath gently flowing in and flowing out through the nostrils. And then trying to carry the connection to the breath with you through our time together today. Letting the breath guide you and support you and comfort you. Let's begin to gently draw the chin into the chest. We're going to take a moment to lengthen the back of the neck. Allow for your head to roll to the right. So we'll transition to a nice neck stretch. Come back to center, chin to your chest. And then releasing your left ear to your left shoulder. And realign. And then let's begin to circle the head here. So maybe find large circles, maybe find smaller circles. And then begin to flow in the other direction. We'll just reverse that movement. And then let's begin to take that movement into the torso. We'll just begin to gently circle the weight around from side to side. And then this is great movement for getting into the low back, getting into the mid, into the upper back. And then also great for getting into the sides of the body a little bit. So we just find a little bit of length and we find a little bit of space here. And then begin to circle in the other direction. So we'll just reverse that movement. And then as you circle here, maybe feel your body reacting to the movement as you shift your weight to the right. Maybe feel your left sitting bone and left leg lifting from the chair a little bit. Let's come to a neutral spine. We're going to scoop our hands up and overhead. And let's take that right hand and reach for your left wrist. We are going to lengthen and release to the right. So come into a nice side stretch here. Roll the left shoulder back, right shoulder under, and feel that the heart is shining up to the sky. Float yourself back to neutral. We're just going to change up the grip in the hands, lengthen and release. And then letting that one go. We're going to come back to neutral. We can take our hands right into the head, and we're just going to do a little chin to chest. Try to round your back body, elbows can touch. And then float your heart forward. We're going to open those elbows out to the sides of the room and create a little bit of a back bend. Chin to your chest. We'll do a little round. And then heart floats forward. Let's open up those shoulders. And then just moving through a cat and a dog stretch for a moment. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. Lengthen your spine as you exhale. As you inhale, try to relax your shoulders from your ears. We'll just create a little space here between the ears and the shoulders. Get the shoulder blades moving down your back. And then on exhale, round your back. So imagine creating space between the shoulder blades. Let's come to a neutral spine here. Hands are going to reach and stretch up. Take a nice full breath and release your hands to the right. We'll come to a seated spinal twist. And then as you take your seated spinal twist, with each in-breath, feel your spine lengthen. On your out-breath, allow for your twist to deepen. Hands can reach up. Full breath here, and release your hands up towards the left. And then maybe gazing off your left shoulder and just seeing if that helps you move a little bit deeper into the stretch. We're going to come back to neutral. Hands are going to reach and stretch out to the sky. Take a full breath here and just let your thumb and index finger touch. And then we're going to relax those hands down. Come into some snow angels. Full breath in and release. Letting the hands release down. Let's take our hands onto our low back. So you may have to scoot more towards the edge of your seat. We're just going to press the hands into the low back and then invite a little bit of a back bend. You can gaze down your front body. You can also relax your head back. And then we're just going to press into our low back, and then we're going to create a back bend through our low back, mid back, and upper back. And then gently releasing that, we'll come to a neutral spine. Working a little bit with the legs. Let's take our right knee. We're going to interlock the fingers, reach for the knee. And then we're just going to create a little bit of a circling here. So maybe find large circles, maybe find smaller circles. And then begin to flow in the other direction. Let's take a moment to pull that knee up and into the chest and into the stomach. And try to use a little bit of an arm strength here on this one. We really want to draw that leg up and into the body. And then gently relaxing on that one. And then this time we're going to try to avoid the stomach and avoid the rib cage. And then pull that leg in so that it aims to meet where the underarm area is. So we want to try to avoid the stomach and rib cage, just giving different muscles a little stretch here. And we'll release. We're going to come back to neutral. Hug that in just a tiny bit, and then we're going to take a moment to point and flex the foot. So you can move as slow or as fast as you would like. Sometimes the slower we move, the better the stretch we get. Take a moment to pause, begin to point your foot. Breathing here into the stretch for the top of your foot. Breathe into that stretch for your heel. And then flex your foot. We're going to press out through the heel. Feel the leg active and energized. And then let's do a little circling movement here. Maybe finding large circles, maybe find smaller circles. And then flow in the other direction. And then let's gently release that one. We're going to take our right foot to meet our left. Left leg's going to take that, drawing right up into our body. And we're going to do a little circling here. And this little flow is so good for the legs and the hips and so good for the low back. I know a lot of times when I'm sitting a lot at the desk, my legs just get really fatigued. And this is just great to bring some circulation down to the toes, get the blood flowing all the way down to your feet. And we're going to move in the other direction. Let's pull that knee up and into the stomach and into the chest. We're going to use a little arm strength here. Full breath in, full breath out. And then moving off to the side just a tiny bit. Pull it in towards the underarm area. Use again that arm strength, shoulder strength, full breath in and full breath out. And then let's come back to our neutral. Begin to point and flex your foot. Really easy to round your spine here. So let's try to keep our spine as straight as we can. Really try to open up your upper back. Try to open your chest and your heart. Let's begin to point the foot. Breathing here. And flex. Press through the heel, the back of the knee. And then let's float that into circles. Creating a full range here in your circle also. So if you feel that there's muscles that feel really tight or tender, just try to breathe into that. Try to open up those muscles. And then circle in the other direction. And then let's release that one. We're going to come back to a neutral spine. You can do a little reset on your feet. And let's just take a couple cat dogs to reset the spine. So hands can be on your knees. We're going to take our chin to chest, round your back body. And then let your heart float forward. Let your shoulders relax. And chin to your chest. A little bit of a rounding here. Heart floats forward. Shoulders relax. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. Let's come to our neutral spine. We're going to sweep those hands up. Take a nice deep full breath in. Right hand begins to float down your back and left hand will draw you into the stretch. And imagining that you were sitting against a wall. So we want to feel that our shoulders are over our hips and just try not to lean forward or back too much. Hands reach up, breathe here, and left hand moves down your back body, right hand draws you in. And releasing, hands can sweep out to the sides of the room. Let's take our right hand off to the left, and then that left arm will bend, and then the left arm will draw you into the stretch. Try to relax your right ear from your right shoulder. And we're just going to breathe here into that shoulder stretch, breathe here into the arm stretch. Hand sweep out, full breath, and left hand off to the right. Again, relaxing that left shoulder from left ear. Feel that your core is engaged. You don't want to be rounding through the back body too much. And release. We're going to sweep those hands out to the sides of the room, full breath here. Wrap your arms up, right arm under, left arm over. So you can reach for opposite shoulders. You could press the backs of your hands together. And you can also wrap arms up and hands up. And we're going to breathe here. Try to relax your shoulders away from your ears. Try to create that space between the ears and the shoulders. And then feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. Unwrap the arms. Let's take them out to the sides of the room. Full breath here. Left arm under, right arm over. Doing our nice little wrap. Maybe do a scan on your face, just noticing if you're holding tension in the jaw and the eyebrows. Let that go with each out breath. And release. Hands can sweep out to the sides of the room. Hands come right onto the shoulders. Let's take our elbows forward. Draw them up, take them back, and relax them down. Breathing in and breathing out. And we're going to take that 3 more times here. And then letting those hands relax. Let's try a little wrap with our legs. We're going to take our right leg up and over. And option just to stay here with the legs crossed. This can be a great place to be. If you're feeling like the legs and ankles and knees are flexible, you can try to wrap your right leg all the way around your left leg so that it's going to poke out on the right side. And we're going to just feel our spine lengthening here. Try to feel even in your body and fold yourself down when you're ready. And folds are so good for the body. So this is giving a nice little massage, adding a little pressure to the digestive system, to the organs. We're just going to breathe into that full breath in and full breath out. And engaging your core, let's come on up. We're going to find a neutral spine, unwrapping your legs. And last leg will come up and over. Let's do our little wrap here. Realign so that you feel even in both of your sitting bones. Lengthen and let yourself fold forward. Maybe closing the eyes, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your eyebrows. And then just seeing if there's anywhere where you're holding tension and you're able to let that tension go. Let's begin to unwrap our legs. We'll do a little reset back to center seated. And again, maybe lift up just to make sure that you're even. We're going to take a nice slow breath to lengthen and let yourself fold over the legs for a moment. So nice gentle inversion, reversing the flow of gravity and blood. And if you can relax your head a little bit, let your head hang a little lower than the heart. That can be such a nice inversion, nice benefit for the body. And then coming on up, let's slow up one vertebrae at a time. Feel that your core engages as you sit up. Circling out through the wrists, let's do a little wrist release. We're just going to circle those wrists. And then as you're circling, let your hands float right on up to the sky. We're going to find those circles, and then you can reverse the circles, and then we're just going to let ourselves float down. And then flowing back on up when you're ready. And then releasing down. So you can just kind of take this one at your own pace. And this one is awesome. I know like we're all typing and texting and all the things with the phone. So this is just great for releasing that tension that we hold in the wrist, getting circulation, getting the blood flowing to the wrist as well. Let's release those hands when you're ready. We're going to take our hands together. Fingers will interlock, palms will touch, and then circle out through your wrist. Maybe finding large circles, maybe finding smaller circles. And then circle in the other direction. And then we can gently release that. We're going to shake out our wrists. Try to shake out any tension that you are holding on to. Let's come on up. We'll try some standing poses. And as we just start out, let's take our feet a little wider than the hips. We're going to sweep our arms side to side, and we'll work with empty cootsies. Coming into stillness, we'll try some balancing that we're doing some of the poses sitting down, so we'll try them standing up. So feel free to grab onto your chair if you want, if you need a little extra support. We're going to start with our right leg. We'll take our right leg up and over. Your toes can be on the ground. You can have your foot lifted. And then there's also an option to try to wrap your leg all the way around to take the full wrap. We're going to also wrap our arms up. You can reach for opposite shoulders. Press the backs of your hands together, and then maybe the arms and hands will wrap up. And again, this is where you can hold onto your chair for a little bit of support. Let's find that one spot to focus on. We'll find a drishti, one spot to focus your concentration and to focus your awareness. Let's begin to release. We're just going to do a little unwrap on the arms and the legs, and left leg up and over and left arm under. Try to feel really grounded through all the parts of your right foot. So ground through the inside, through the outside, and then noticing your body's natural tendency if you tend to roll to the inside of the foot or rolling to the outside of your foot. And we're going to release that one. I'm going to take our arms out, legs out, and just give it a little shake out. Try to shake out any tension that you could be holding on to here. As we reset, we're going to take those feet right in line with our hips and sweeping our hands to the sky. We're going to take our hands together and then release the hands down to the heart space. So hands are going to reach up, take a nice full breath in, and release your hands down as you exhale. Full breath in, reach and stretch up, and release. And let's take this one 5 more times. So maybe close your eyes if you'd like. It can be kind of very relaxing, almost like a little meditation to link your breath and link your movement together. Let your hands relax down. And then let's take those fingertips to the sky, full breath here, and we're going to release the arms out. Breathing in. And releasing your breath. Let's take this one 5 more times. Again, if you'd like, close your eyes. Take this opportunity to drop into your body and drop into your breath. Let's release those hands down, and from here, hands will come behind your body. Fingers will interlock, palms will touch. Maybe imagine squeezing a pencil between the shoulder blades. Option to stand up this whole time. You can also hinge at your hips and do a little fold forward. And then if you're taking that fold forward, arms can run along your back body. And then you can also release your arms away from your back. Try to relax the fronts of your shoulders to see if that helps you move deeper into your stretch. And also work with the gaze. Sometimes if you look behind you, that can help you move deeper into your stretch. We're going to relax the hands onto our low back. Relax your hands down to the ground. And core engages. Let's float ourselves back and up to stand. We're going to take a nice full breath in and take a nice full breath out. Let's begin to take our right knee up and into the chest and the stomach. So you can also grab your chair, and this one might mimic what we were doing in this chair a little while ago. You might feel familiar. We're just going to interlock our fingers. We're going to pull that knee into the chest for a moment. And maybe just do a little scan on your body, noticing where you're holding tension. Let the eyebrows relax, let your jaw relax. Let's take our right knee off to the right. So it's going to be a nice little hip opener here. And the left hand can move to the left. You could take your index finger and your thumb to touch, coming into a mudra. And you can gaze off those fingertips. And then coming back to neutral, we're just going to hug that knee up and into chest and into stomach. Take your right knee off to the left, and then right hand off to the right. Relaxing the right shoulder away from your right ear. Breathing here. And we're going to come back to center. Give that knee a nice little hug up into the stomach and into the chest. And we're going to release. We're going to take our feet a little wider than our hips. This time, let's sweep the arms to the sides of the room. So right arm will be on top. Then left arm will be on top. And then we're just going to alternate. And you can kind of let those arms slap on the back body. This is going to give a nice massage for all of those back muscles. And we're going to release that one. Let's come into stillness. Left knee comes up and into the chest and into the stomach. We're going to pull that knee in for a moment. And just try to check in with the face. A lot of times we think we're relaxed, but we're just holding so much tension in the face. So try to relax your jaw, relax your eyebrows. And last knee can come out to the left. We'll take that nice hip opener, nice hip stretch. Maybe your hands come into that mudra. You look off your right fingertip. Breathing here. And then we're going to do a little reset. We're going to come back into neutral. Left knee goes off to the right. Left hand to the left. Gazing off the left if you'd like. And just try to feel that this hip kind of rolls down a little bit. We can get this really nice stretch for our body. And we'll reset. You can hug that knee back up into chest and into stomach for a moment. We're going to release it down. This time, let's just give it a little shake out. We'll just shake out any tension that you might be holding onto. Let's draw our feet right in line with our hips. And we're going to take our hands up and overhead. Left hand is going to reach for your right wrist. So take a full breath here. Left hand reaches for your right wrist. And then right foot's going to float to the left. The legs are going to be crossed here. Lengthen your spine and stretch your hands off towards the left. And let's create a little sensation that that left hand could pull your right hand to the left side of the room. Let's come back to neutral. Legs are going to stay just how they are. We're going to change up the grip in the hands. Lengthen and release your hands to the right. Maybe roll this left shoulder back. Right shoulder under, heart is shining up to the sky. Let's come back to neutral. I can do a little reset on the hands and then a little bit of a reset for your feet. We're going to try that one on the other side. So hands are going to reach up. Right hand for your left wrist and then left foot to the right. Lengthen and release to the right. Imagine that you could create space between the ribs. We're going to take a nice full breath in, full breath out. And back to neutral, realign, lengthen, and release to the left. And notice in your body where you're experiencing the stretch. Let's come back to neutral. Hands are going to reset. Feet will do a little reset. And let's take another standing yoga mudra. So fingers will interlock, palms will touch. Imagine that pencil or marble is between the shoulder blades and we just don't want it to fall out. Take a shoulder roll, breathe in, breathe out. Let's come on back to seated. As you come into seated, let's set up same how we began. Sit to the edge of your seat, line up your legs for a 90-degree angle, shoulders over your hips. Take a full breath in, draw your shoulders up, back, and down. Let's take a moment closing the eyes. And notice in this moment how you feel. Observe your mind, observe your body. Feeling the mind relaxed, calm, at ease. Feel your body aligned and balanced. If you came to class with tension, just feel how that has released with breath and with movement. Letting the eyes open when you're ready. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope everyone's feeling a little bit more relaxed. Hope your body's feeling a little better. I look forward to seeing you next week. So have an awesome weekend and I will see you soon. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Melissa.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thanks, Melissa.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.